Hi, everybody. Um, so today we're in for a special treat. Hopefully, hopefully I don't hit the stop button because that tends to happen during recording. Um, oh yeah, the special treat. So I'm gonna make two of my favorite dishes today. One is fried rice, and the other is it's like a popcorn chicken, but it's not made from chicken. It's made from tofu. And of course, tofu is not the most healthiest meat alternative. However, it is a meat alternative. And I personally feel like it's better than meat in the diet. So I was showing y'all the other day this. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to strain all the water out. And then we're going to mix it in here with seasoning and with seasoning, some hot peppers, and I think, yeah, that's about it. Some seasoning and some hot peppers. And then we're gonna take the rice we made the other day to make the fried rice. And this is actually a good type of rice for frying rice. So this is this you can see that? Yes, this pot goes in here in the Instapot. So okay. So now we gotta go in the garden to get the peppers. Now I noticed the other day these peppers turning red, and the older they get, the hotter they get. So when they're green, they taste great. It tastes great. They taste like great peppers. And it's not too hot, but when it starts to get to age, when it starts to get old, it gets really hot. So in the garden, we got a lot of tomatoes. So probably in like 2 days, I'm gonna make that like pasta salad, and I'm gonna use a lot of these tomatoes in it. So here they go. You see that red pepper right there? I know that's gonna be like super hot. So when I mix up the tofu, after I break it up, and you gotta get the extra firm tofu too. That makes like the popcorn chicken effect. And it tastes like a cross. It tastes like a cross between fish and chicken, actually. I don't know which one it tastes more like. So we want one of these, and like really the green ones versus the red ones are like two distinct flavors. One is like a green pepper type. It's like a green pepper type flavor. And then the red ones is just like a burn your mouth type flavor. And these peppers are coming in, but I'll probably use these in about in about 2 to 3 days with the next dish I'm gonna make, the pasta salad. So I really don't need much peppers. I just need it for the flavor. Actually, I like to eat them too, but I don't eat much of that. And I want to put some of this purple lettuce in the salad too. That'll make it real special. But Let me think. I was considering mixing some thyme in there. Yeah, we're gonna go with some thyme because the thyme will bring out the flavor too. So let's go over to the thyme. So I got two different types of thymes. One of these is English and the other one I forgot the name of. I think this is the English thyme right here. So I'm gonna take some of that. Hey Nana. Hey Nana. That don't mean eat the thyme, Nana. She be out here eating all kinds of veggies. And when she eats the grass, she gets sick. But she sees me pick, she be seeing me picking vegetables, and then she comes and thinks she could eat everything green. And she likes vegetables, peaches, fruit. She likes plant-based stuff. All right, so yeah, I think that's enough. So I got some thyme. I grabbed 3 of these peppers too, so I could really get some peppery flavor going inside the mix. And yeah, that should do it. I was thinking about some scallions, but I'm just gonna add some onion powder and some garlic powder to the mix. A couple slices of ginger. I'm a fall back off the ginger. All right, so now camera placement. So, all right. Yeah, that's a nice angle right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna rinse this out. So remember, this comes in like a fluid base. You gotta get as much of the water out as possible. I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera and do this. One way to do it would be to use a strainer and just push the tofu down like that to the bottom of the strainer and just try to push all of the water out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize this base, rinse off the top, push down on the plastic without, some of it's gonna try to escape around the sides, but I'm gonna make sure it all stays in. And I'm gonna get the majority of the water out that way. And then with what's left in there, I'm gonna take my hands and squeeze it to get the water out. And again, you need extra firm tofu for this to work. If you get a softer tofu, when you try to squeeze it, it's gonna literally be like mush. This gets a little mushy when you squeeze it, but nothing compared to the softer tofus. So you wanna get extra firm tofu. And again, these are like treat dishes. Being plant-based, one of the points of being plant-based is for a healthier diet. And tofu isn't the best. I still gotta rinse the top off and wash my hands again. But tofu is not the best meat alternative. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this top doesn't come off easy. Okay, I'm over here struggling with getting this plastic off the top. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a knife. Get down, Nana. Down. Okay, so my push down method is not gonna work this time because I had to use the knife to peel this off. But last time I was able to peel this whole top off in one, and then that gave me the ability to just push down on the tofu to squeeze a lot of the water out of it. But I just poured the water out, so now I'm just gonna use my hands to just squeeze it like a sponge, to get as much water out of it as I can. And then I'm just, I'll show y'all how it looks after I squeeze it and drop it in the bowl. And you might want to squeeze it over the packaging for any pieces that fall. And again, you want to get as much water out of it as possible because we're going to be frying this. And the less water, the better it's going to fry. And the better consistency you're going to get. Like when you bite into it, it's going to taste more crunchy. It's going to taste more like meat. And look more like meat too. The more water you get out, the better. Well, this is working pretty good. I'm gonna show y'all how I'm holding it right now. A little can drop in the sink doing it this way, but I'm getting a lot of water out of it. Then of course you can go with the push it down in the strainer method, but that might affect how many chunks you get, and you want it to stay pretty chunky. You don't want to end up with a bunch of little pieces. You want each piece to be about the size of a popcorn. That's why it's like popcorn chicken. So I had it like this over the sink, and I was just pushing on it like this. You see that? Just getting as much water out of it as possible. All right. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay. And we just put it in the bowl. Now don't go crazy breaking it up. It pretty much falls apart as such. Remember, you're going for popcorn-sized chunks. You got to keep that in mind as you're breaking it up. Because if not, you will end up with a bunch of little pieces. And that won't be half as appetizing if you just break it up into the size of like popcorn. So that's why it's like a popcorn chicken substitute, plant-based. So I'm gonna just finish breaking this up. And I'm gonna add a little curry. I always like a little bit of curry in my chicken seasoning for when I'm frying chicken. And this comes out tasting so much like chicken when it's fried that I'm gonna put the seasonings I like when I'm frying chicken. So we pretty much almost there. So once I chop up the vegetable, once I rinse and then chop up the vegetable, the herbs and the peppers, I'm gonna mix all of that up in here together and let it sit while I fry the rice. And I'm gonna show y'all how I fry the rice. So this is gonna be kind of like a, and try to keep my face in the camera so it's more interactive. So it's kind of like going out to eat, but at home, from home. Because that's like, who doesn't like chicken fried rice, you know? So this is kind of similar, but better. Tastes better too. Because I fried rice before. And I've fried tofu before. So I've done this before, which is why I could talk so fluidly through this procedure. My first time doing it, I was winging it. And I had it all done in my head before I actually did it. I didn't get this off of like any recipes or channels or anything like that. You know, just sitting thinking of dishes. And that's one of the things with plant-based. You get creative and you get better at, you just get better at making dishes. It's like a lifestyle. It's just like cooking the same way you're gonna cook when you're hungry. But it takes practice. You know, some experimentation. You know, sitting down and sitting up, thinking, and then you just be coming up with ideas, and then you experiment, and then you adjust, and then once you got a good thing going, you practice, and then you got a dish, and then you can start modifying the dishes. Like last time, I did let the seasoning sit. I just seasoned it and then let it sit for a little while, and then I fried it. But this time I'm adding the herbs and the peppers that I just picked, and I'm gonna let that sit in it with the seasoning to give it even more flavor. So it's the recipe's evolving. The technique, the approach. And inevitably the taste. Because I already have the flavor somewhat in my head of how this is gonna come out, but you know, without tasting it, it's just thoughts. So I'm really looking forward to this dish because again, these are two of my favorites, fried rice and fried tofu. Watch out, Nana. So With these, I want to cut it small because then the flavor could disperse more. But I'm also planning on frying this all together. And I do like to actually eat my peppers, not just use them for flavor. So I'm going to cut them like meat. I'm going to cut everything medium. That way I could enjoy it. Because once it starts frying, it's going to shrink anyway. So, here we go. Those look like good sizes. Yeah, I be going in a lot. Like sometimes I'll just take a hot pepper, and pop it right in my mouth and chew it. I am an official winner of a hot chip challenge. I'd like to show y'all a coffin box, but I'll do that another time. The coffin the chip came in. But yes, I'll show y'all the box another time because the box is a little dusty. And I keep having to wash my hands. Actually, I'm going to try to remember to show y'all the box from the chip of the hot chip challenge that I won. It was me and a group of family members. And my nephew came with the idea. It was before a holiday. He knew we would all be together for the holiday. And he asked if he gets the chips, will we participate in the challenge? So I was like, I'm in, nephew. So that's nah. I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. Those hot chip challenges, when you eat something that hot, it actually releases endorphins and all types of hormones, and it's a spiritual experience. It's the reason why I would recommend it is this because it's like in life there's certain experiences that if you don't just say, you know what, I'm gonna just do it, that you will never experience. And the hot chip challenge is one of those. You come out on the other side of it a different person. You eat one of those chips, you won't be the same. You won't be. But anyhow, so now, I'm going to add the seasoning first, and then I'm going to add these because I want the majority of the seasoning to fall directly on the tofu. And then I'm going to put this on top of it and mix it up. So, of course, you want to grab your Sazon. It's the same seasoning. Whatever seasonings you like on your fried chicken is the same seasonings you're going to put on your tofu. So for me, is Sazon. Let's spread it evenly across. Make sure each piece gets a little. All right. It's smelling good already. That Sazon do the trick. I got out 2 packs because one of these are going to go in the fried rice. It'll give it like that yellowish, reddish color like the Chinese restaurant. And while I'm pulling my seasonings for the fried tofu, I'm gonna take that opportunity to pull my seasoning for my fried rice. Some days I'm in this spice cabinet. I'm spending more time spinning the spice cabinet than I'm spending cooking. All right, so we got our onion and garlic. Yeah, we could do that now. And being that I'm gonna put onion and garlic in the tofu, I'm gonna hold off on the onion and garlic in the fried rice. But I'm gonna put a liberal amount of the onion powder, a very liberal amount of the garlic. Okay, so I could actually put these away now. Just a very light sprinkling of the Old Bay. That'll give it like a meaty flavor, like a little umph, but not too much. You don't really want to taste the Old Bay. It's not the point. It's to it brings out a meaty type of flavor. So just a little dash of the Old Bay across. Oh, nothing's coming out. There we go. Yep, that's it of that. Now the curry. And after we do the curry, for the salty flavor, I'm just gonna add a general seasoning. All right, where's this curry at? All right, there we go. So this is the type of curry I'm using. You know, and I'm not really being shy with the curry either. Because that's something I like, that flavor. Oh yeah, now my general salty seasoning. So I'm gonna go with the Total by Laray's. And this is Sazon Amas. And again, we're gonna be liberal with this. Because I don't know if any of y'all ever had chicken that didn't taste salty enough. Yeah, that don't work. All right, so now, this is how this looks now. And now we add this, herbs and peppers. Of course, we grab the top. Oh, I gotta rinse this again. All right. Actually, I'm gonna use a paper towel on this. So I don't want the majority of the seasoning sticking to the container. We want it inside the tofu. I want to just call it popcorn chicken at this point, but it's not chicken. Now, obviously, if you go too crazy shaking this, it's going to start to break it up more. And again, we don't want it smaller than pieces of popcorn. And it's holding pretty well. But it's probably best that we stop right there. so that, like I said, it doesn't start to break into too many little pieces. All right, so while this sits and marinates, the fried rice. So at some point I'll be investing in a wok, but this is my go-to frying pan. If I had a larger frying pan, that would be great. But it would have to be a good frying pan, so I'm grateful for what I have. I like my fried rice. I want to fry enough rice for at least 2 days for dinner for tonight and tomorrow. And I'll most likely run through that tofu that I'm about to fry today and tomorrow as well. So this is the rice I made yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Okay, and this is asparagus, and this is I think Himalayan rice, if I'm not mistaken with the name. And you just want to break it off. And at this point, I don't really care if I actually it's better if I like go like that with the Brussels sprouts, because those are gonna fry up too, and that's gonna be delicious. So you just gotta break this up into small enough, because once it starts frying, not gonna be able to break it up. And with this type of rice, it should be really good fried. Yeah, and it's a good thing I didn't chop up any more ginger, because I already have ginger in the rice. All right, let me see if I could place this camera back so y'all can see what I'm doing, because I just wanted y'all to see the rice. So after I break this up, I'm gonna be ready to start frying. And actually now's a good time to start preheating the oil. And I pretty much use olive oil for almost everything. But I'm gonna get some grapeseed oil too. So next time I go out, I was out today, but I didn't bring my shopping list. So next time I go out, I'm gonna get some more olive oil and some more grapeseed oil. I think grapeseed oil would have been more appropriate for this preparation. All right. So that's just enough in the middle where about, I wouldn't even say that's about a 1/2 inch, because the pot goes like this a little. So in the middle, it's like a 1/2 inch, and then on the sides, it's about a 16th of an inch. So the main thing is just to cover the pot, the bottom of the pot, in oil, and just give it a little depth. It's not like a deep frying. It's just enough to get the job done, which is definitely not more than a 1/2 inch across the whole bottom of the pot. But since, like I said, this is concaved, just got to make sure the bottom of the pot is, the bottom of the pan is filled with oil. So while that's warming up, I'm gonna finish up breaking up this rice. Well, I'm so happy for this rice cooker. So that was a gift from my ex-wife. I just got it maybe 3 weeks ago. And my first time using it was a few days ago, 2 days ago, a day ago, when I made this. And this came out, the way this came out for my first try, and I was watching the water level. I mean, I'm totally impressed with the Instant Pot for making rice. And I also got a bread maker downstairs. So some spelt bread, and because I've stopped eating bread for maybe 2 weeks now. I like bread. So most likely the next time that I start eating bread again, it'll be freshly baked bread. And I'm gonna use the bread maker. And I'd like y'all to be a part of that when I get to that point. And the, what are those? The oats. I usually have oats, granola, and almond milk for breakfast. Or just fruits, or just fasting. And then even when I break the fast around 2-ish, 2 o'clock, 2p, 3p, and I want a snack, I'll have like a small bowl of granola with oats and maybe some nuts in it, raisins in it, cherries in it, type of thing. But that's even been a little bit harsh on my tummy. So I'm considering moving away from oats like 3 times a week. That's about what I have it, 3-4 times a week now. I'd like to do that like maybe once or twice a week and just switch over to like smoothies in the morning. You know, just blend some fruit after I do my morning workout. And I'd like to share some of my morning workouts with you guys. Show y'all how I maintain this right here. Yeah. Or being plant-based helps with that. All right, this oil is starting to scream for some tofu. Okay, that's the other thing, temperature. I'm gonna do this whole process at a 5. Yeah, we're gonna do this at a 5. This goes from low to high, 1 to 9, and I got it on 5. So the oil should cool down by the time I'm ready. This is too much oil for fried rice. I wanted to fry the rice while the tofu was marinating. And this is my best frying pan. So what I'm gonna do, because this is too much oil to fry the rice. So I'm gonna stop the marination process of the tofu, and I'm gonna just fry that because I did go a little backwards by adding too much oil to fry the rice. That's the oil to fry the tofu. Same oil, just way too much for the fried rice. For the fried rice, the amount of oil needed is like literally just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and then you can have it on as needed. After that, like if it starts to stick a lot, you can add like, you know, a teaspoon more of oil. A lot of the times when you're frying rice, even with a good frying pan or wok, the rice absorbs so much of the oil that you have to add a little bit more to the pan so that it doesn't stick. And I'm just about satisfied with how much this rice is broken up. And I still got a pretty large amount of rice over here, so it looks like Nana, I gave her some of this rice yesterday and she really liked it. So she's gonna be having some more of this rice, most likely, because I'm not gonna be able to eat all of this rice over the next day or two. All right, yeah, this is gonna be enough for, I just broke up. So let me show y'all the consistency. So I just broke it up. Broke up the rice so that when we go to fry it, it's already broken up. It's broken up really nice. And just take that, cover this. The oil should have cooled off by now. And I'm looking at the amount. And the tofu is also going to condense a little once it's in the oil. So one part of me only wants to put half of this and then the other half. But then the other part of me says it should be fine because it's going to start to condense. So we're going to just drop it all in there. And what I remember from before when I was making it is you got to let it actually sit on one side for a while before you start teasing it to turn it to the other side. So, uh-oh. All right, there it goes. All right, so here we go. All right, just spread that out evenly. All right. Yeah, let that ride. All right, so if I did have another frying pan that I was confident in to fry rice, well, if I had another pan, yeah, that I was confident in enough to fry rice within, I would just get that going. But this is my go-to fryer for such projects. So this is gonna take some time. Yeah, this is gonna take some time, so I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm gonna do another video for the fried rice. All right, thank y'all for watching, and when I start the video for the fried rice, I'll show y'all how the tofu came out. But this is how it's looking right now. I would like more bubbles. Maybe a 6.5 would have been better, because it's not really frying as fast as I would like it to. But it is frying. So I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn it up to 6.5 like I said. All right. Yeah, we're gonna ride out at 6.5. So like I said, I'm gonna let you guys see how it came out, and then that's gonna be before I start frying the rice. So I'll come back on with that after this. Finishes frying. Thanks for watching, and later.